Okay, welcome to Matric question Monday. This is question 5 now. We are done with number patterns. This is a question on finances. So we are starting with that today. It's kind of a long question, and I'm going to try and do it all today, but I'll split it into 2 videos so you can watch the videos separately during the week. Okay, this first question, 5.1.1 starts. It says Dumisani establishes a trucking company. The first truck he buys costs 650,000 rand, and it depreciates at 30% per annum on a reducing balance method. Okay. Calculate the depreciated value of the truck after 4 years. Okay, so my number of years is 4 years. Okay, right. Now, for reducing balance, I'm going to use basically for depreciation, I use this formula, but instead of where it usually for interest has a plus there, for depreciation it has a minus there. And then for reducing balance, I use this. For straight line method, I use the 1 minus I times n here, and for the reducing balance, I use this one. It's like the compound interest formula. Where my initial value P is this. Nope, not R. P is this, my interest is going to be this, or my depreciation actually, and my N is 4. So I can just substitute that. This is very straightforward. Okay, just be careful when you enter the percentage, you're going to put it over 100 or put 0.3 and not 30 to the power of 4, and this just like that. I can just put into my calculator and it gives me 156,065. Okay, so calculate the depreciated value after 4 years. Can you see when I start, this is always very interesting chapter if you look at the values. If you buy a truck for this amount of money, after only 4 years, the value of it has basically dropped to 150,000, which we started at 650,000, which is quite ridiculous actually, to be honest, but that is how it works in real life. Okay, then 5.1.2, they say the price of a new truck appreciates. It's not depreciates, it's appreciates as a result of inflation at a rate of 15% per annum. It appreciates. Calculate the value of a new truck in 4 years' time. So this is how much the truck that I've bought now is going to be worth in 4 years. And now this same truck, if I buy the same truck new in 4 years' time with inflation, what it's going to be worth. Inflation, you should know this, works with the compound interest formula. And I'm also going to start with 650,000. My interest being 15% for 4 years. And then I can actually just edit this formula to that. And that is then 1.13 million basically. 136,854,063. So I'm going to round it to 0.06, right? So that's the value of a new truck that's costing 650 now. It's going to cost 1.1 million 4 years from now. Then it says, this is a long bit. I'm going to read through it. Dumisani plans to replace the original truck in 4 years' time. He plans to use the current truck as a trade-in, so he's going to trade in this truck and pay the remaining amount in cash. Okay. To save up for the required cash amount, he sets up a sinking fund, making equal monthly installments into a fund earning interest of 9.5%. So my interest fund, my sinking fund, has interest of 9.5% per annum compounded monthly. So this is per annum compounded monthly. Compounded monthly. The first installment of the sinking fund is paid at the end of the first month of the 4-year period, and the last installment is made at the end of the 4 years. Calculate the monthly installment Dumisani pays into the sinking fund. Okay, now first of all, I'm just going to calculate the amount required. The amount required for the sinking fund that I need to for sinking fund, which is basically the amount that it's going to cost, 136,854,06. It's going to cost in 4 years, subtracted the value of the truck that I'm going to sell. Dumisani is going to sell this truck and use this as a deposit basically. So the amount that is short then, 156,065, is quite a lot. 98789,0625, and I can just round that off to 06. So this is how much it requires in the sinking fund over 4 years. Okay, and now I'm going to use the formula. This is a future value that he needs. So I'm going to use the future value formula, which I must actually just quickly look up. Because I can't remember it now out of my head. That is on your formula sheet, luckily. Okay, so the future value formula is x, 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1 over I. Okay, this is the future value formula. If you haven't done finances this year in school yet for the grade 12s, don't worry about this too much. You will still do this. This is grade 12 work. So if you haven't done it yet, don't freak out about it. You're going to still learn how to do this. But basically, you have two new formulas, a future value and a present value, which works with installments. X, your I is still the interest that it was in the other formulas, and your n is still the number of years that it was in the other formulas. So now I want a future value of, this is my future value of 98789,06, and the interest rate that I'm working with is 9.5%, and this is compounded monthly. So I'm going to divide it by 12, and then I'm going to take my n, which is 4 years, and multiply that by 12. Right, this is grade 11 work. If it's compounded monthly, you divide your interest by the amount of times it's compounded per year, which is monthly, there's 12. And for the n, you take your number of years and multiply it with the amount of compounds there is per year. So if it's monthly, there's 12. Okay, so I'm going to substitute this 98789,06 equals, I want to calculate the x. So 1 plus my interest, which is this, to the power of 48 minus 1 over my interest, which is this. Okay, and still remember that the 9.5% is not 9.5, it's 9.5, which must be divided somehow by 100 still. So either you can write it as 0,095, let's do that, or you can write it over 100, but then to put this in your calculator with over 100 over 12 is just ridiculous. Okay, now I'm going to just multiply with this thing, both sides. I'm going to solve for x. And I'm a bit worried about my space here. Let's just move this board up a little bit. Oh, I've got some space there. Yes, that's fine. Okay. So I'm going to just multiply this both sides. So I'm going to take that 98789.06 and I'm going to multiply it with 0.095 over 12, and then it gives me this 7764.58. I'm going to keep this, I make this dots to show that I just keep this number on my calculator. Please don't round off until you are finished with the whole question. 1 plus 0,095 over 12 to the power of 48 minus 1. Okay, and then to get the x alone, I'm going to take this number and divide it by this bracket. I'm going to do that immediately. So I'm going to just press divide and then press exactly in my calculator 2 brackets. 1 plus fraction 0.095 over 12. Close the first bracket to the power of 48 minus 1. Close the second bracket and press equal. Right, and then I have 16,875.917, which rounds to 92, and basically means he's gonna have to pay installments of 16,000, almost 17,000 a month, which is ridiculous, but that's just the way it goes. Okay, so that's 5.1.3. I'm going to stop this video here and just continue this same question 5.2 in the next video, but I'll also post it today.